Well, the old Fergie's been working its tail off the past few days. Just finished brush hogging today out here across the street. All that down through there. Quite a few acres. It goes all the way down to that house, way down there. And I've done both sides of the road. I do that because there's a lot of critters over here in the crep ground. That's set up for pheasants and wildlife. And just to give them a fighting chance if they decide to come across the road, the motorists, the drivers going up and down the road, at least they won't tear up their cars, and you know, the animals won't get hit. Plus, you know, if our dogs get out or whatever, or the neighbors' dogs get out, cross the road, you know, this is a busy state route here, so if the animals cross back over, at least they'll have a fighting chance to being seen and not getting hit. But anyway, like I said, old Fergie has been working its tail off. We brush hogged for about 4 hours yesterday down in Jackson. That's where we're headed back to today, going down to the property, 63 acres. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show it all to you guys today. It'll be in a later video. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to turn some dirt over with the 2-bottom plow and get our food plot set up. Start getting it ready. So once we get down there, you'll see what I've brush hogged and everything. That was yesterday. And then of course today we're going to go back down. So I'll see you when we get down to the property. Well, this is part of the property. That's the boundary right there for this side. The other boundary is way, you can't even see it, it's way down around the corner on the other side. We have 63 acres here. Yesterday I was down here and brush hogged all this down, and it was pretty tall. So we're actually going to go in this path right here, and we are going to be way back up in here today. So this is all rolling country. We'll take old Fergie. Fergie's smoking. She's starting to smoke pretty good. I think we got some valve seats letting loose and finally seeping pretty good on her, but we're going to run her as long as we can. Anyway, let's get on old Fergie here, and we'll take a ride up through the woods and get up to where the deer stands are and stuff, and out in the clearing, and get some ground turned over. Alright, so this is the food plot that we're going to work on today. We're going to just turn over soil today, plow this all up, get it ready for some beans. The reason that we're plowing this is the ground is so hard, and you know, it just needs turned over. Give you a little bit of backstory here. We are in Jackson, Ohio. Jackson is known for being coal country. A lot of strip mining happened here. This piece actually was strip mined by the landowner, from what I gather. It was their great grandpa or whatever that stripped this by hand with wheelbarrows and stuff, and actually took all the slag and threw it over and piled it over on the other side. And we'll show that to you at a different time, not right now, not in this video. But recently, within the past few years, I would say within the past 8 years, the property adjoining us here, past the pine trees and past this little knoll, the backside of this was actually just stripped and cleared of coal about 8 years ago. They took all that topsoil and debris that was there, and they actually used this section of property. None of these trees were here, of course. This was all stripped out. They used this section of the property to store all the topsoil and stuff, and then after they were done stripping over there, they took the topsoil from here and put back over there, and then tried to dress this up as best as possible. Since then, all these pine trees have started growing. I've cut out so many pine trees through here, or this would all be pine trees. These pine trees are junk. These will grow super fast, get too big for themselves, and break off, fall over, whatever. They're just a junk pine tree. A little sapling, say like this, that's, I don't know, that's about 6 foot tall. A little 6 foot sapling will turn into, you know, twice the size within a year or less. Actually, that's probably about 15 feet there, 15, 16 feet. So it'll turn into that within about a year or just under a year. And what happens is they just get too big for the roots, and they either break off in the wind or fall over or whatever. So the other plan this year, future video, will be coming in here with the Mini and ripping out all the pine trees in here and making this one big food plot. There's roughly 5 acres up top here. This open area that we're doing is roughly 1.5 acres, maybe 1.75 acres, not quite 2. So what we're going to do today, like I said, we're going to plow this up, get it taken care of, come back at a later date, we'll till it and plant it, hopefully within the next week, and get some beans coming up. So let's get to it, see what old Fergie can do. she is. We'll let this set, let it rain on it once or twice, and then come in and till and get her planted with some beans, hopefully. We went deep. I mean, down there and show you. I mean, we went roughly 8 inches here. Right there's the ground. 8-10 inches down, done real well. This ground was super hard, like I expected. Shouldn't have even been as hard as it is here at the end of June. Not this year. We've had tons and tons of rain this year, so there hasn't really been a good time for this all to really dry out. So this stuff was pretty hard. A lot of sandstone in this, seems like. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll get it tilled up, whatever, and maybe the woman can take a soil sample here this week or something, see what we can put on this to spruce it up some and make the dirt more healthier. So anyway, this is going to be it. We'll venture out here. I'll probably stop down at the pond, the first pond down there. There's 4 here on the property total, but we'll stop down at the lower pond and check it out, check on the apple trees that the wife and I planted when we bought the place. So let's go down there and see what's going on. So this here is the first pond. This is spring fed. The spring is right over there. It comes off of the top of the hill, runs all the way down the ravine, comes down in here. But anyway, we have some major plans for this place. Hopefully getting started here real soon. A lot of work to be done. I don't want to reveal too much, but we do have a pond. We've got a large dam here. Like I said, I was down here yesterday, mowed all this. I typically mow down the hill all the way down to the tree line and all the way over. Problem I was having yesterday is, like I said, we had so much rain this year, I was actually starting to slide down the hill. So I didn't want to get down there and get stuck, because there is a drop off down there along with the drain pipe, the overflow pipe for the pond. And I didn't want to get down in there and get hung up and all that good stuff. I'm here by myself, so looks like we have one dead apple tree there. We've lost a few, but the rest of them are doing pretty good from what I'm seeing. We planted these, like I said, when we bought the property, the year we bought the property, and I think it's been 4 years. I think this is the 4th year, I think. But we ended up planting a bunch of apple trees down here, cleaning up a bunch of stuff, trying to get some stuff taken care of, and then we needed more machinery, and along with the machinery, we needed to make sure that it was up to par, and that's what I'm working on now. So I don't want to be, I guess what I don't want happen is come down here and you know, I'm an hour and a half away from where we live. I don't want to come down here, pull a piece of equipment off of the trailer, get up here and start working, and end up having to quit because something broke. So the stuff that I'm repairing is kind of expensive, but we're just going with that. You'll see that stuff in a later video, hopefully not too long, not too much later. But man, I've been all over this place with my John Deere and brush hog. I've been way up in there. I've brush hogged all back up in there. A lot of paths back in through here that I've brush hogged before. This year, just haven't been back down in here and done it. So I guess the next step might be bringing the Mini down. Being that I'm waiting, I might bring the Mini down and start clearing up along this pond, along the dam wall. Really don't want, I want to be able to see the pond from the dam here. So we'll have to get all that brush out of there, get that cleaned up, like I said, with the Mini. Probably do that when I come down and pull them trees up top, all them pine trees up top where we just plowed. So anyway, there's old Ferguson, the Ferguson. It's done very well for me. The bargain tractor lives. Believe it or not, for you that's just watching, if you missed the video on that tractor, when I first got it, it has a cracked block, and I fixed it with JB Weld. JB Weld's holding up great. As you guys see, I am not babying this thing at all. I was in low gear, or on the low side in third gear, plowing that with a 2-row, 12-inch 2-row up top, and that ground was hard. So she was pulling pretty good. Same way with all this grass and stuff. I've got several hours in brush hogging. Down here yesterday alone, you guys are just seeing part of it, but brush hogging down here yesterday, I was down here for 4 hours. Just down here. This morning was another 3 hours of brush hogging there at the house. And I've done some side jobs with old Fergie here as far as brush hogging. And it's been, one was 2.5 acres, the other one was about 3.5 acres. So the 1959 Ferguson to35 deluxe is doing pretty daggone good still. She might smoke a little, but oh yeah, this is an Oliver 2-bottom. I don't judge. I don't discriminate there. But anyway, this tractor's been pretty good. Been a hell of a bargain, I think. She leaks a little oil, don't care. She burns oil, don't care. Just waiting on her to let loose, and it hasn't done it yet. So I've got my $500 worth plus the couple $100 worth of parts I put in her back already, worth of use. But anyway, we're going to keep using this thing and until she quits. So I'm going to leave it with that. There's the pond. A little bit of a sneak peek of what we have. It is rolling. I can get to pretty much everywhere, 90% of this anyway, on a side-by-side Polaris Ranger. I've had my mini excavator all the way to the back pond. I can pretty much get anywhere on this property without having to walk. Granted, I am fat and I hate walking, but I do it every now and again. But anyway, till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.